What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a banger of a video, a very important one in my opinion. But before we dive into that, I got some really important stuff to say. First and foremost, this week's Gobcast episode did not get enough love, alright? It didn't hit the algorithm, the fires were going on in my city, so it is what it is, but you guys better go watch it, because I interviewed a former member of SEAL Team 7 who was also in the French Foreign Legion. This guy was crazy. He did drugs back in his day, he was homeless in the jungle, he was doing all this crazy shit, and he was kind enough to come on my show and talk about it. So y'all need to tune in. That episode is going to be linked in the comment section. And also, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm even making this video. And honestly, this is probably going to turn into a bit of a series where I talk about a lot of the different drugs I've done. But I feel it's important to start with blow for a few reasons. A, I think it had one of the stronger impacts on my life, and B, I feel like it's what most of you are kind of familiar with me consuming. You know, most of you guys think of the Coke Chronicles when you probably think of my peak drug use, you know? So I think it's only fitting to start here. And another reason that I'm making this series is because I'm kind of at the stage in my life where the drug use is no longer fun, and it's just depressing. And I say that while being California sober. You know, I smoke a lot of weed, I take shrooms, I drink when I go out every now and then, but I don't go hard like I used to. However, I have a lot of friends that still do. I have a lot of friends that never stopped. And in particular, I have one good friend who actually, he's one of the people I did acid with for the first time. So it's not Kevin, but it was my other friend. I don't remember what I referred to him as in the video, and I'm not going to air him out here. But he is not really doing very well nowadays. And it's at the point where, I mean, this guy is like a vegetable. I mean, he doesn't pick up the phone anymore, you know? And I think it's important for me to make this kind of content because it helps people realize that that's where this kind of stuff leads. You know, it was really fun when I was a teenager, and me and all my friends were having fun. My friends aren't having fun anymore. You know, it's not cool anymore. So either way, I just want to get that out of the way. Let's dive into the consequences of my blow use. Now, first and foremost, you know, I want to say there's a lot of consequences. I mean, you guys are probably familiar with the credit issues. I've talked about this a lot. I guess we'll start here. You know, I truly brought myself to financial ruin, you could say, by doing blow. I maxed out all my credit cards, spending money to get Coke, or trying to figure out ways to get Coke. I maxed out all my cards. You know, I maxed every financial resource I had. And by the end of my addiction, I had no money. I had nothing to show. My credit was completely blown. Still to this day, my credit score is sub 600. I just have to buy everything with cash. Like, they don't want to finance to me still to this day. It has been like 7 years since I maxed out those credit cards, and still I cannot get financing, okay? The banks don't fuck with me. The car dealerships don't fuck with me. Nobody fucks with me, okay? So financially, I mean, Coke's a very expensive habit. You know, you guys are familiar with that one. But worse than that, I would say, and really the kind of meat of this, you know, where we're really going to start to get a little serious here, is it was really hard for me after my Coke use and after my peak Coke addiction in 2019, it was really hard for me to kind of rebuild my friends and my social circle, because I realized after I quit doing blow that I actually fucking hate all of these people. And it's a really strange thing, because the people that you hang out with when you're doing drugs, they aren't actually your friends most of the time. Sometimes they are. Like, you'll meet really cool people, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the time, the people that you're spending the most time with, you don't really get along with in any capacity outside of getting fucked up. So as soon as you stop doing that, you just kind of realize, oh shit, I don't even really like this guy. You almost look at people and like, get grossed out, you know? You're like, oh, dude, this guy's like irking me right now, you know? And when I first stopped doing blow and stopped going really hard, I had a really hard time with that, you know, because all these people that I was hanging out with when I was, you know, busting the bag out for the homies are hitting me up like, yo, where are you, dude? Where's that bag at? Let's go in on an 8-ball tonight and shit. Let's hang out. And I'm ghosting everybody, you know? And I mean, there was some of them where like I kind of let them off easy, but honestly, probably over 50% of my circle or, you know, my friend group, my acquaintances, after I kind of sobered up, I just stopped fucking with because I was like, wow, these people are weird. I don't really like these people very much. You know, these are, I mean, man, you'll hang out with the most random assortment of people when you're fucked up. I'm talking like, in particular, cocaine brought me around like the girls who wore Cookie Monster pajamas and the dudes who like should definitely be the janitors at the gas station up the block from you, you know? And there's nothing wrong with the janitor at the gas station up the block, but like, you know what I'm talking about. It was also just a lot of like dishonest people, you know? I mean, cocaine really brings out a thievery in people, you know, a desperation to do anything they can to get their bump or get their bag. You know, you'll turn around, these people that are supposed to be your homies are gumming your bag because they just want to get fucking numb gums and feel like they're lit, and, you know, they won't tell you, though. You'll turn around, your bag will look a little light, it'll be out of position, you'll be like, one of y'all grab that? I'll be like, no, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. You're tweaking, dude. Hey, fuck that. I don't miss that at all. The next thing that I want to talk about here, the next big consequence, I would say, that really stuck with me is this was a real lifestyle change, honestly. And I don't even know if some people might call this a consequence. Some people might say like, oh, you're just being smart here. I feel like I kind of have almost a permanent paranoia from my coke use. And what I mean by that is, specifically when I would get really geeked up, I would freak out. I would feel like I would have anxiety attacks. And prior to my coke use, even in my other drug addiction, I was never an anxious person. Psychedelics had never made me this way. Opiates had never made me this way. You know, benzos had never made me this way. Obviously, they, you know, suppress those feelings. Weeds never made me this way. Alcohol, etc. You name it. Nothing but coke ever quite made me feel this way. But the more geeked up I would get and the deeper I got into it, the more paranoia I'd start to have, where I catch myself just like randomly looking out my window for like an hour straight. Like I'd literally be going back to my desk, doing a line, walk back to my window, just looking out there at every car that's passing. I'm looking through the peephole at my door. I'm not expecting anybody. I didn't hear anything. There's nobody there. I'm just looking through the peephole. Sometimes I would hear stuff, and it would be small sounds that definitely were nothing, and I'd tweak out, look over. It was probably one of my cats. I'd be like, what the fuck? Someone's sneaking into my house. You know, grab my gun, go look around. Listen, I have developed a permanent paranoia that even after getting sober stuck with me. I still find myself doing that a lot. I randomly just get these feelings. You know, the kind of coke paranoia I would get is not like a normal fear. You know, I know what feeling scared is, and coke paranoia is not that. It's this tingling feeling, this almost like whisper you hear in the back of your ear, like, turn around. Look there, look behind you, I'm watching, you know? And it's this thing where you're not actually hearing voices, but it feels like you are. Like your brain is almost telling you, like, did you notice that? Did you hear that? And even to this very day, I still do this shit, bro. I look out my window all day long, bro. I'm always peeping through the peephole, dude. I mean, I kid you not, I have like 2 different barricades for the main door of my apartment, dude. I have a little folding bar that goes over my door, and then I have one of those like actual extendable bars that you put up to the doorknob. Dude, my shit is barricaded every single day. And not just at night, all day when I'm home too. If I'm not expecting anyone to come over, my shit is barricaded. Good luck, dude. No one is entering my shit, right? That is just a lifestyle change that is stuck with me. And I mean, I don't necessarily mind it. I don't get the same feeling I did when I was on coke, where I'd feel it literally come over my body. But I've definitely permanently changed the way that I like think from that. I've always I'm looking over my shoulder constantly. You know, I'm always just alert, on edge a little bit. And it is 1,000% because of the cocaine. I personally, it's overkill. I mean, people comment on it all the time. You come over to my crib, it's like, yo, this shit's a fortress. It's like, dude, that's just how I live. Like, it is what it is. I've never had any incident to reinforce that. No one's ever, like, broken into my shit while I was there or anything. Like, it's just solely this cocaine paranoia, which kind of ties into the next thing I want to talk about, which is some real anxiety around uppers and, like, my heart rate. I think I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but the last big incident, the big day that made me want to stop doing coke, and this wasn't the last time I did it, surely not, but one of the incidents that really stuck out to me, because, I mean, every day was boring towards the end of my addiction. I was just staying home, isolating, doing blow at my desk, playing video games, watching TV, and fucking running around the house in my underwear, cold sweat, and tweaking all day, you know? But there was one day in particular where I remember I did too much, and I was freaking out, and I was having heart palpitations. And I was thinking to myself, like, am I about to have a heart attack? Because I remember I was numb. My whole body was numb. I couldn't feel my arms, and I was just tweaking out, you know? I don't think I had any real reason to think I was about to have a heart attack or anything, but in that moment, I was just shitting bricks, and I was like, dude, I think I'm going to have a heart attack. And I remember in my boxers, I literally ran outside of my house, because I was just inside of my crib, early as fuck in the morning. I don't remember what time it was, probably like 6, 7, 8 a.m. or something. I remember just running around my crib, dude, all over doing fucking laps, tweaking, freaking out. I was like running my hands through my hair. I was like pulling my hair out of my head damn near, like, oh my God, trying to feel my face, the numb parts of my body. Like, can I still feel this? Am I fucking dying? Am I having a heart attack right now? And I remember I ran outside of my house in my underwear, and I sat on my porch, bro, just taking in the cool air. As there's tons of cars passing me. Hella people probably saw me just sitting there, my fat ass just sitting out there in my underwear, bro. And I'm just sitting there on my porch, and I'm like, dude, I'm done. This is it. I was freaking out. And it was this thing that towards the end, I did all the time, you know? My coke addiction got really bad, you know, and mentally impacted me in ways that I'd say I bounced back from for the most part, but also there's a lot of it that really stuck with me, dude. And even to this day, I won't do any uppers, bro. I won't take any Adderall. I won't take anything that increases my heart rate, bro. The moment I feel my heart even thump, like if I feel my heart at any point, I get anxiety. I feel this little, like, fear, this tingle go down my spine, like this, oh shit, dude, you know? And I never had that before. No other drug ever gave me that. That is a uniquely cocaine thing that developed in my brain. Coke is destructive as fuck, guys. I mean, it's a crazy substance. I really mean that. I've done a lot, and sure, you know, I haven't done meth, I haven't done heroin, I haven't done fent, you know? I mean, these new gen fiends are probably putting me to shame, but I did a lot, you know, and cocaine is probably the last thing that I would suggest anybody does. Out of all of the drugs that you can go on my channel and find a video of me talking about consuming, I genuinely would probably recommend all of them over the coke, except maybe crack. You know, like every other one. And I'm not saying I recommend any drug here. Obviously, YouTube, please don't kill me. I don't recommend consuming drugs, but like, dude, coke is really a shitty choice, guys. All right, let's talk about the next big thing on this list that I think was this took me the longest time, I would say, to deal with, and that is just a complete lack of serotonin left in my brain. I was so fucking depressed when I first quit blow, when I first stopped doing it on a day-to-day basis, and I remember nothing felt entertaining, nothing felt fun, and coupled with my ADHD, it was really bad, bro. Nothing felt fun, and I couldn't stay focused, and normally I was able to play video games and lock in, because I'd be geeked the fuck up, sitting there at my desk, playing Counter-Strike or whatever, but all of a sudden, I was sitting there, but I couldn't focus on these games. I'd play a game for 20 minutes, pull it out, be like, I'm bored of this, put another game in, and I'd do that for like 6 fucking hours, dude, and I'd have made no progress in anything. You know, and I would do that for a long time when I got sober. I was just like, I would literally sit there and just do nothing all day, every day, because I didn't know what to do with myself. Nothing was entertaining me. Nothing was satisfying me. And honestly, The only thing that helped with that was getting stupid stoned. Getting really high helped me out a lot because there was just nothing else that made the normal activities I enjoyed seem fun. And, I tried to do other stuff. I tried to okay, let's get out of my comfort zone, dude. I started going out to bars and stuff like normal people do and not doing blow in the bathroom, just chatting with people around me. And I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. I don't fuck with this. I tried a lot of other hobbies. It was really just a matter of time. And then all of a sudden, after maybe a year or two, a year and a half, 2 years, something in that range, I wasn't counting the days exactly. It's like it hit me like a truck. Everything was exciting again and interesting and entertaining. It's like all of a sudden, my brain regenerated enough serotonin and it just released it. It was like, here you go. And all of a sudden, mundane shit was actually fun, like it never was before. And it was a very strange feeling to me. It was almost like I felt like a kid again for this brief period. It's kind of regulated now, but when you get sober, your emotions are super unstable. So I went through this long period of everything's boring, I'm fucking depressed, that shit sucks, dude, until all of a sudden, holy shit, why is everything so great? I'm really enjoying this, dude. All of a sudden, I'm fucking playing golf, dude. I'm bowling all of a sudden, dude. I'm doing all this crazy shit I never did before. I'm getting really into all of it, too. I'm trying to find all these new hobbies. I'm down for whatever. Anyone who asked me to go do something, I went through this period, I was just like, yeah, bro, all right, let's go do that, Now it's kind of normalized. I'm a normal dude now. I know what I like, and I get bored again, but, there was a period in my life where, dude, I don't think you could bore me. Because it all of a sudden things were fun again. I'd gone through so long of not having fun that it was like, wow, this is fucking crazy. And I was shocked when that feeling came back too. I mean, I've pondered on this a lot in my brain. I sit there, sometimes I get really high as fuck. And I look back and I'm like, damn, dude, scientifically, what was the explanation for me being in the dumps for 2 fucking years by force? Nothing I did worked. And I try to Google it and I can't find shit. I don't know. But either way, that was one of the worst side effects and consequences that I had from my blow use. That one really sucked. A lot of the other ones are I've kind of adapted to. The low credit, yeah, fuck it, man. We're cool. I mean, I'll just figure it out, dude. I mean, I drive a Toyota. I'm vibing. We're good. I'm an economy guy. Okay, I'm a saving guy. All right. The paranoia thing, it's all right, well, on the bright side, I don't think anyone's kicking my door in. And I mean, finding new friends, that part kind of sucked. I don't know what the bright side was to that. Maybe less obligations, less people are hitting my blunt. God, that's a benefit. Now I think about it. Fuck. All right. We got another thing on this list though, and this one, I mean, I feel like it's kind of a given, but I'm more so just listing this one because I feel like people are going to be curious, and nasal issues. Dude, I can't tell you guys how long it took me to be able to consistently take hot showers in an enclosed bathroom without having my nose pour blood. It took forever. I remember, months after I quit doing blow, my nose, the inside of it was just so cooked that anytime the room got steamy, anytime that moisture got up my nose, it was just over with, dude. I'm pouring blood. I remember there was one instance that really stuck out to me, and this is before I quit. This is actually while I was still doing it. I would always just switch nostrils. Every time I would switch nostrils, but most of the time I tried to keep it to my main nostril, but that one started bleeding all the time, and I was like, shit, but I remember one time in the brief period that I was going to community college, I gave it a shot. I took 2 classes. I didn't finish either of them. One of them I got close. The other one I didn't. Actually, so one of them was a business class, and then this is a little off topic, but I saw one of my classmates recently. He was a waiter at this hibachi place that I go to all the time, and shout out to him. I'm not going to say his name, out him like that, but if you're watching this, dude, yeah, thanks for serving me fucking fire fried rice all these years, dude. It's been great. But he was like, you were in my fucking business class. You're that kid who stopped showing up right at the end. I was like, damn, yeah, I did do that. But either way, one time I was about to go to class, and I remember I took a shower, and my nose just started pouring, dude. And it was a really important day for class. I don't think I fucking went that day, but I was tweaking, dude. I was debating on writing an email to the teacher, and that was a lot for me at the time. Me writing an email to the teacher? Fuck no, I'm not doing that shit. So for me to even contemplate doing that, that's how it was a serious day. It was a serious, serious school day. So, my nose was pouring, and I'm stuffing tissues up that shit, rotating them out as they got soaked through. And at that point, it was like such a normal routine for me to have a nosebleed that I was just like, well, get the tissue up there, rotate it out, get some cold water up there, and fucking hit the road. I was so accustomed to it. It wasn't even unusual to me. But, even after quitting, yeah, I mean, my nose was cooked for a while. I would get frequent nosebleeds, and that did go away. For sure that went away. I even feel like the cartilage in my nose got like stronger. Like my nose just overall got healthier. It really is crazy how the human body can recover. For those of you guys out there watching this shit, I don't know how long you've been doing drugs. I'm not a doctor, but I put a whole lot of blow up my nose, and I was able to recover pretty well, I'd say. And it's probably not too late for y'all either, unless you're really geeking. Then, I mean, hey, geek hard or have fun, dude. Hey, there's my consequences of cocaine. Those are the main ones I want to talk about. Obviously, I mean, there's more side ones, relationships and shit, but we'll save that for another day. Those are the really important ones I want you guys to hear. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Go watch the latest Gobcast episode. It's a banger. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Doses.